Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. It is great to be here and I hope you're doing well. And today we are diving back into the Storybook of Tactics, the super fun tactical roguelite autobattler. And my friends, on the docket today we have the Sea Creature Run. So without further ado, let's go on and get started here. So we actually have a new area to conquer. So we've already done the Mystical Forest, we've already done the Crystal Cave, we have already done Treasure Island. So now we're moving on to the Blaze Chamber. So the base enemies here, the melee unit is the Horned Ranger, and then the range we have the Diabolical Archer. For the special enemies here, we have the General as the Lord of Demons, a pretty imposing figure there. And then for the Captain, we have the Furious Cultist, and one simply must wonder what infuriated the cultists so much, right? So the Heat of Hatred, fiery tongues give strength to the Lord of Demons, and his army of infernal minions threatens the surrounding lands. It's time to quench his fervor for good. So that's definitely what we're going to try to do here today, my friends. And the effect in the standard story, all units are going to be gaining mana 15% slower. So let's go. And for our narrator here, we're going to go with the Warrior from the Deep. Of course, I unlocked him in the last episode. If you want to check out all of the other episodes, you certainly can. Nice, neat little playlist right here on the channel for you. Check it out. So the Warrior from the Deep has spent his life conquering lands plunged into the abyss. Fortunately, in any kind of combat, he feels like a clam at high tide. And of course, we want to use him because he gets the +1 sea creature synergy. We're going to go in on sea creatures here today. So without further ado, let's go, my friends. Let's go. And while we're hopping in here, please give the video a like if you're liking the Storybook of Tactics. Would greatly appreciate that. If you're new here, please also consider becoming a subscriber. Join a growing community. Got all kinds of fun stuff releasing on the daily right here on this channel, and we'd love to have you in a growing community. Thank you so much. You can also join the Discord as well. Link in the video description below. So what do we have here? The Blaze Chamber. Let's see. We have combats for a unit card. We have an item card as well, or we have an item card. So I think let's go in on the items first. Let's keep it right in the middle so we have a little more flexibility for our next selection. And what do we have? So we're focusing on sea creatures here for sure. Now, do we have any common sea creatures? I would assume that we do. Looks like we have the Scaly Spearman and the Sea Archer. All right, let's see if we can lock in a few of those. I want to get that sea creature synergy early and often. And if we look here, right, got a whole bunch of nothing. So let's go ahead and refresh it. See if we can get maybe a little more lucky. So zombie, bone warrior, adventurer, another zombie. Yikes. So if I refresh this again, we're going to be out of cash and can't re-roll effectively. So I think what I have to do is let's just go ahead and let's take two units that are at least fairly synergized. Maybe we can get like the undead buff here. Otherwise, we do have an assassin. In fact, let's take a peek at the field. So we have an archer and it looks like we have just a melee spear unit. Okay. And the sea creature synergy resistance for 1 second every 7 seconds. Okay. So they're all about mitigating damage, I see. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and let's grab these bone warriors. Actually, what I'll do is I'll go with... yeah, let's grab the bone warrior and the zombie. I think I'm okay with that. Should be able to take him out. Let's go 2-on-1 here. Deck this guy down quick and then get on up to the archer on the next level. And undeads, of course, get increased health regen when their HP drops. So let's go. All right, beat him down, pulse him down. We got the zombie doing all the damage. Now the bone warrior is up there. Obviously his special procs off there and looking good so far. Now let's see if we can, do the intention of this run, which is of course sea creatures. See if we can get lucky in the draws. Got 1 gold in the bank and we have our item. So the hunter's bow increases... that must be attack speed. We got physical. No, that's magical defense. And then we got HP as well. I'll go with the hunter's bow. Let's do it. Get a little more DPS. And next up we have an elite battle for an item or regular combat for a unit. Let's go with the elite battle, although I'm not feeling too comfortable with this given we don't even have a team really set up yet. How about this though? We do get a sea archer. Quite nice. Probably a good recipient of the bow that we have. And this is a legionnaire, so bonus attack speed and lifesteal as well. I kind of like the legionnaire synergy, I'm not going to lie. But let's definitely add the sea archer. And let's see. I mean, I could do another bone warrior. I'm definitely not in love with the undead in this particular one, but let's grab another bone warrior. And let's go ahead and refresh. Let's see if we can get some more sea creatures. All right, another sea archer and a scaly spearman. In fact, we have 2 scaly spearmen here. So this is good. I think what I can do here is we can sell the zombie now, grab the scaly spearman, and let's recalibrate our team. So, Bone Warrior, you're kind of just on the back of the bench here, pal. And let's go with our Scaly Spearman. I mean, do I go with 2 archers? I don't think so. Let's go with the Bone Warrior, actually. I think that's completely fine. And then let's go ahead and throw this bow on you. And let's check out your stats. So this is attacks per second. So 25% an increase in attacks per second. I guess we'll have to see kind of how that factors in. But he's also got a range of 4, so let's keep that in mind as well. Something like this should be alright. Unless there's another synergy we can kind of work in. Synergies don't work with duplicate units. And we have Lancers and Protectors, so they're going to be mitigating some damage here as well. It is an elite fight. Let's do our best. Let's go. Hopefully our new Archer can do some good things for us. We got the Bone Warrior kind of holding on, and of course that regen is not a factor without the Undead synergy, right? So look at that incredible range by the Spearman there, and looks like we come out on the side of victory here, and another item has been secured. So let's see what we have available to us. 10 knowledge, 7 gold as well. Quite nice. Gold is, of course, kind of come from meager beginnings, right? So we have an attack bonus, we have a defense bonus, and a magic defense bonus. Let's go with the battle axe. Alright, so next up we have the healing druid encounter. We have a combat veteran encounter. So for experience, this guy, toss a coin. Let's go for the experience. Maybe we can get a level up here. Believe this is a little wheel. Yeah, you bet. Now, a nice 20 spot of experience would be great. Let's see if we can maybe secure this. Let's go. Come on. Get lucky. All right, 15. We'll certainly take 15. Lovely. That should get us either at or close to another level up. And what do we have next? So we have experience here with another elite fight or another item. Let's go with the experience for sure. That means another elite fight. So let's do our best. Scaly Spearman, yes. Lord of the Sea. How about this guy here? Champion gains armor and magic resistance for 4 seconds. Additionally, they deal magic damage to their current target and stun them. Nice, a stunning unit. Okay. And he's, of course, uncommon as well. I really like his kit. We got a couple of Lancers now. Right? So we'll have that synergy we can work with. We have plenty of gold. I think what I'll do is, I think I'll just get experience twice. Actually, I'm going to refresh this. See if we can maybe, yeah, get some upgrades. Sea Archer here. You bet. Battle Lizard, Furious Reviver. Are there any other Legionnaires? I'm not seeing any. Bone Warrior. I mean, he's been doing all right. Let's add him. And let's go ahead and let's check the field. So we can add the Lord of the Sea. Now we get the Lancer synergy. We also have the Vampire synergy. So interestingly enough, the Lord of the Sea, you know, synergizes with the Undead Skeleton there. And we have 4 ticks in the synergy for sea creatures, getting us to that level 4. Well, essentially level 2, but, you know, you need 4 synergies for the second level. So that's quite nice. We're going up against archers and legionnaires as well, so these guys are going to be attacking rather quickly. However, they have no frontline presence at all. So let's just see if we can get in there and pulse them down quick. Let's go. Alright, so the Skelly Warrior rushes up. Looks like he's going to get the first kill here, and the Bone Warrior actually has some really impressive DPS. Alright, perfect. And I should probably equip that item that we got, the Battle Axe. That'll go very nicely on our Lord of the Sea. So 20 knowledge gain there, 4 experience, 7 gold. You love to see it. Let's keep on going here. And more experience on top of that. So that'll be another level up. But next up we have a power card. Reinforced battle or regular battle. I will go for the reinforced battle. Get a little more experience and gold. And Lord of the Sea. So here we go. Here's our boy again. We got the Fish Shaman. Champion places a curse on the nearest enemy, dealing magic damage to them within 12 seconds and reducing their magic resistance. Champion will target enemies that are not yet cursed. Okay, cool. So he will reduce magic resistance. We also have a Knight of the Deep. Power Beam. Champion fires a power beam at the current enemy. All enemies hit by the power beam take physical damage and have their armor reduced for 6 seconds. Quite nice. I mean, we're definitely adding them, right? We're going in on the sea creatures here in this one. Already made that one quite clear. So let's see. I've got 3 gold. I think I'm okay just staying put here. Now, we do have this fellow here who is 2 stars, right? I think this on you is a great choice. We can add 2 more units to the field, so let's go in on our sea creatures. And now we have 6 ticks in the sea creature synergy. Resistance for 1.5 seconds every 6 seconds. So quite nice. We're going to be a lot more durable. And of course, we have the fish shaman here who's going to be cursing. And then we have the Mr. Power Beam here with the Knight of the Deep. I mean, pretty good stats there. Scaly Spearman with 115 attack. Lord of the Sea with 100, of course, does have the item on. And what's he doing again? Okay, battle order, so he's buffing. This guy is Bone Breaker. Every 3 champions attack deals additional true damage as a passive increase. That's quite nice. We'll certainly be taking that. All right, so what are we working with here? A bunch of weak frontline units, including a Bone Shaman. So let's just get up on them right away and see if we can take them out. Let's do something like this. They got a bunch of synergies, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's go. All right, so this guy rushes into battle. Lord of the Deep. Very, very fast-moving character. It does appear. What a beast. I believe that was that power beam there as well. Quite nice. You love to see it. All right, so 25 knowledge gained there. That's, of course, the metagame currency, which is quite nice. And what do we have? So, miraculous equipment. You get an item of category 2. You can get 10 gold here or a 2-star rank 2 units. Let's go with the Cat 2 item. Might as well. I want to see if I can get my team all decked out in good gear. So Healing Druid or the Storm Brawler. Likes to bet money but hates to lose. Are you willing to take the risk? Yeah, let's try it. I'm all about taking risks. Okay, so we can gain money or lose money here. Got it. I mean, obviously, we definitely want to do this because we can, net 20 gold potentially, which could change this run. So let's go. Let's see if we can win. Nope. I guess we lost 3. Not great. You don't love to see that, but, you lose all the chances that you don't take, I suppose. So we have a unit card here or a gold card. An elite battle. Let's do the elite battle for sure. Feeling good about this team so far. We have the Marine Commander. So this guy is of the rare variety. He is a knight, he is a protector, and he's a sea creature. He's going to cost us 3. That's money well spent, if you ask me. Now let's see if maybe we can get a few copies of him. So let's roll. Let's see, we got a Scaly Spearman here. This guy costs 1. We'll certainly take him, and let's go ahead and dump the rest into the old experience bar. Now, let's take a peek. So what do we have? Are we at max capacity? We are. I think the Marine Commander is a pretty good solution for us, pretty good option. Probably put him in over the Fish Shaman and just kind of run a heavy melee line here with a little bit of archer support. I mean, I think history shows if we can just run up on them quickly, we'll be just fine. We'll have the archer focus fire down this guy here. And what do we have? We have the Sorcerer Cane. This legendary weapon increases the owner's ability power by 15, 30, and 45. The bonus depends on the unit's merge level. So we want to give it to a 2-star unit. Let's throw it on you, Mr. Scaly Spearman. And then I think Knight of the Deep can probably have that future state. But Scaly Spearman with the steel skin, damage reduction is improved, and the duration is also improved. Okay, you love to see it. Let's go. Alright, so we're getting in. Nice little team beatdown there. And absolutely, we're taking some names. Saw that little power beam go off there for sure. And they don't stand a chance. Sea Archer with the most damage there. 35 more knowledge in the bank. And what do we have? We have 8 gold. Alright, so we got some gold back that we lost due to bad luck. Now on to the general. Let's go. Alright, so we have a Knight of the Deep. I'm a huge fan of this guy. Kind of been keeping an eye on him in battle, and he seems to be doing good things, so let's definitely grab him. Let's go ahead and refresh. And Lord of the Sea, here we go. So that's a 2-star Lord of the Sea now. Excellent. And the Fish Shaman. I mean, he's a sea creature, so we'll certainly be adding him. We have 7 gold remaining. Looks like I'm fresh off a level up. So here's what I'll do. I'll refresh. We'll see if there's anything here. Okay, Knight of the Deep. So I do have another Knight of the Deep. I think we can get him tiered up. So let's do it right before the boss fight, right? And I think I'm good saving my cash the rest of the way. All right, 5 of 6 units. So let's get a peek at our adversary. It's, of course, the Furious Cultist. Who else? And he is an assassin type. So he is going to, of course, teleport behind the front line. Looks like they have a pretty high DPS backline as well. So, 5 of 6 units. I think we can get our Fish Shaman back out there. Does that really benefit us, though? Looks like we have some Knights. So, 10% damage reduction, 3-second double bonus duration. We also got Protector. Okay. And Lancer. I'm liking the synergy so far for sure. This will give us Vampirism if we add this fellow here, the Bone Warrior. But of course, he doesn't have the damage mitigation. How does he stack up to the Fish Shaman? I mean, the Fish Shaman seems quite underwhelming at 1 star. So let's go ahead and go with the 2-star melee unit. Now, I do want to make sure that our Archer stays healthy here. I think what I want to do is, let's go ahead and remove this item from you and give this to the Knight of the Deep. I think that makes a lot of sense. So now his power beam is going to be that much stronger. It's going to reduce more armor as well. You love to see that. Alright, so this guy's coming behind. So I think what I want to do is I want to enable my front line, right? To advance forward, of course. But I also want to get some focus on this guy here. I don't want him to run roughshod over my team. So you take out him. Knight of the Deep, go down and grab these 2 archers here. And then we'll see. Once he teleports, it should free up the Marine Commander to do some good things. We're going to find out. Aura of Darkness. Champion creates an aura of darkness around them that deals magic damage to nearby enemies. Okay, quite nice. Alright, I think I'm good with something a little bit like this. Let's go. Okay, so he does not teleport. Alright. Well, I figured he was an assassin type, right? And the assassin type, their innate ability is to teleport behind enemy lines. I stand corrected, but still, we're all good. The sea creature deck is seemingly really, really strong here, at least so far. You love to see it. So 40 knowledge in the bank there, some trace experience and gold as well. And what do we have? So 20 gold, a cat 4 item, or 1 normal cloning book, and a rank 3 item. Wow. I mean, a cat 4 item is, just as the card suggests, miraculous. But we can get a normal cloning book here and a rank 3 item. I'll take that. Let's do it. Alright, and moving on. We have a unit card, we have an experience card, or an item card. Let's go with the experience. I found that just going in on experience is a good strategy in this particular game here. And let's see, what do we have? So I've got a normal cloning book. Creates a 1-star copy of the selected allied unit up to 2nd rank. Okay. So, I believe he's tier 3, rank 3. Right? Let's see, Marine Commander, yeah. So we could do this guy here. The Knight of the Deep. Don't mind if I do. We got the Cruel Kirbash. The owner receives 25% of physical lifesteal. The owner's health drops below 30% as shield is activated. Okay, so it's a good, like, shielding, life-stealing item. This guy does have damage mitigation, so let's throw this on you. I think it makes a lot of sense. So we got a kind of a weak front line to sort of carve through here, and then onto the archers, and let's just free run right at them. In fact, how are we feeling about, I think we can pull you out, throw you in. I think that's all right. Let's get a little more familiar with our Fish Shaman friend here. Let's go. All right, carve down the front line. Spearman's doing his thing. They actually have pretty good range. Sea Archer just doing a bunch of DPS. Almost 1,000 damage in that particular battle there, and that's quite nice. Collecting the reward. 10 experience. You bet. And moving on, we have an item card or an experience card. Ooh, gonna make me choose. Let's go with the experience yet again. And Lord of the Sea. You bet. You love to see this. So let's go ahead and Grab the Lord of the Sea. Stealthy, experienced spearman, bone shooter. Looks like we don't have too many of the assassin types with the sea creatures. At least so far, anyways. Let's refresh it again. Elemental of the Forest. That's a really good one as well. Doesn't really fit with our deck, though, of course. Doesn't look like we're getting too much. I can refresh one more time, which I will do. Okay, got another fish shaman here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock it up and then buy the experience. That's what I'll do. And let's see. So we've got a bunch of melee units, including a bunch of spearmen. Of course, they're rocking the Lancer, synergy. They've also got the human synergy, so they're gaining mana every 12 mana every second. So they're going to be using their specials in a more rapid fashion. This guy is an assassin. So I think what I'll do is let's get our speedy Knight of the Deep to simply just take care of this guy. Let's get you down here to engage with the back line. Let's go ahead and set up a nice, strong front line. Actually, what I think I'll do is we'll do something like this. I'm feeling pretty good about my ability to carve down their front line. So let's do something like this. Knight of the Deep will quickly dispatch of the assassin, hopefully, and then get on the shaman. Let's go. Alright, so there goes the Knight of the Deep. Just doing combat. Now he's teleporting, and this is not what you want to see. However, all kinds of teleportation is happening in this particular battle. I'm not always certain why units teleport. I mean, after checking his skills, he doesn't teleport. He uses that power beam, but he did teleport and, kind of left his post, if you will. But in the end, we come out victorious. So we have another combat. So a reinforced battle for an item card. Otherwise, we have an encounter. The current gold is the only evidence he approves of. So this is going to cost gold. I'm good. Let's go with the item. And we're level 7 here, so we can add yet another unit. So we certainly will. Well, let's see what we have. So Fish Shaman. Yep, let's grab that. Got him to 2-star now. And let's go ahead and refresh. Maybe we can get something else. Another Fish Shaman. Yeah, sure thing. We'll do it. Alright, so looking pretty good. Kind of where we're at here. Another unit can be added. So I've already got... These are all just copies, right? So I think we can add in the Bone Soldier again. I mean, why not? We can get that Vampirism, Synergy, of course. It's another frontline unit that's 2 stars. I'm not seeing... Okay, so we actually do have 2 assassins here, so let's intercept. Let's do something like this. Let's go. Alright, so here comes the assassins. Our Lancers are on the task. On the job. Marine Commander. Looks like that guy was shielding himself. And Beast the Archer just gets absolutely destroyed as the final unit of the engagement. So here we go. 55 gained knowledge. Starting to snowball a little bit. Got 6 gold there as well. Quite nice. And for our item, we have the Sorcerer's Cane yet again. We have the Thunder Sword. With the Necklace of Protection. Let's go with the Thunder Sword. Huge fan of the Thunder Sword. So experience or a unit. Let's go with the experience. I think that's completely fine. And here's Animal again. Back for more, perhaps. We got the Lich. Marine Commander. Here we go. This is a good purchase. Definitely want to get him all tiered up, for sure. And pretty soon we'll start seeing the epic tier, which looks like we have the Underwater Killer or perhaps the Lord of the Deep as 2 potential sea creatures. We're going to find out. Okay, very nice. So let's go ahead and end this little foray into the shop and let's see what we have before us. So, Marine Commander. I think we're good. Alright, any assassins? I'm not seeing any assassins. So let's just beef up the front line. Let's bolster and let's take them out. Let's go. Alright, so this fight is definitely a little bit more sturdy. Let's rely upon our special skills. Of course, the mana is charging a bit slower. But it's a full team effort there, my friends. Lord of the Sea, the DPS champion. All right, so what do we have? Additional experience, plus 15. That's lovely. I'll have to make sure I throw in that Thunder Sword as well. I always forget. So we have some gold here. I mean, we'll certainly take the gold. Lord of the Sea. Yep, you bet. Fish, Shaman. You bet. Could refresh. I think I'm good. Let's save the gold. We're going to get more gold. And we actually have an open unit slot here. So let's get some order in the old... on the old bench here, I suppose. Alright, looking good. For the Thunder Sword. Who would like the Thunder Sword? I mean, Marine Commander... units merge level. Okay, so if we give it to a 2-star unit, he's going to be a little bit better. Let's go ahead and give it to Knight of the Deep. Now, he's got 180 attack here. Quite nice. And the Sorcerer's Cane. This can go to the Marine Commander to make his Aura of Darkness even stronger. Alright, quite nice. Here's an Assassin. Here's an Assassin. Okay, we got 3 Assassins on the front row. So let's go ahead and employ anti-assassin tactics, right? And let's go with it. Actually, hold on. Let's add another unit. Suppose we could go with the Marine Commander, given he is the rare. So let's go with him. Boom. Alright, so the assassin attempt has been thwarted. The assassination attempt, I should say. And we are just one big ball of DPS here, the Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior, how about that, huh? Getting on the board. Max damage Bone Warrior, you love to see that. Gold free difficulty 5, and we of course get more gold here. 12. Certainly take some gold. And moving on, we have an encounter with the Storm Brawler. This guy wants to take my money, doesn't he? Okay, so we can win money here, though. I just got bolstered with gold. I have 27 gold, which is a very good amount. I would love 20 more, though. So let's do it. Come on. Come on. All right, plus 20. You love to see it. Let's go. All right. Unit or experience? Let's go with experience. I want to get maxed out as quickly as possible. Crazy Wizard. Okay, so let's take a look. So I've got basically an open position, right? So let's see if we can't maybe get our epic unit. We're going to find out. Dragon Warrior. So I've definitely used him before. He's good. The Dragon Warrior is very good. We do have some Knight synergy. Not much for humans, but Knight synergy. So I think I will entertain the Dragon Warrior. And let's refresh again. Got a bunch of elementals here. Sea Archer. Okay. Definitely get him. Maybe another Legionnaire as well, if possible. Of course, I do have that skeleton. Underwater Killer. Okay, so here we go. So this is our epic unit. We got the Marine Commander as well. So this will actually tier him up. So let's go ahead and just make that purchase right away. That's a no-brainer. We have the Underwater Killer. So Soul Devourer. This champion sucks the life out of all opponents, dealing imminent damage and healing himself by 50% of the damage dealt. And he's an assassin type. He's a mana monster. And of course, a sea creature. A welcomed addition to the team. So let's make that purchase. And let's go ahead and refresh again. Maybe we can get another one. I think I'll refresh one more time. Master of War. So this guy's a Lancer and a Protector as well. Here's the Lord of the Sea. Got a couple of these guys on the bench. So let's go ahead and purchase that. Get him tiered up. Master of War. How are we feeling about Master of War? I mean, he shields himself. He's a Lancer. He's a Protector. Of course, we already have that synergy. What is this guy? He's a Knight and a Vampire Undead. Okay. Well, I think the Dragon Warrior can probably take place of the Bone Soldier here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to dump this gold into some experience. We'll hit it twice and let's refresh one more time. Master of War, just not really doing it for me. Marine Commander, though. Definitely make that purchase. Dragon Warrior, we can make that purchase as well. I've had good luck with the Dragon Warrior before, and now we have somewhat of a puzzle to solve here. Who are we starting? Who are we benching, right? Definitely part of this game, indeed. Alright, so let's just sit on our gold for a future day. We're definitely going with you. Now we got the full sea creature synergy. Resistance for 2 seconds every 6 seconds. Okay, quite nice. And let's pull you out. I think we can go ahead and probably add the Dragon Warrior. Get that Knight synergy, Protector synergy. Be nice to have a Legionnaire. Looks like we would have to go beyond just sea creatures to get that. And it looks like we have a whole bunch of assassins here. That guy's an assassin. So is that guy. Alright. So we're going to have to do anti-assassination techniques here. So our assassin can go right here. Dragon Warrior. We got you. We got you and we've got you. So let's just go ahead and let's do something like this. I think I'll stack them down toward the bottom because this guy is not an assassin type. Feeling pretty good about this. Let's go. Boom, our assassin. Okay, this guy comes in for some close range action for sure. But our backline holds rather well. Welcome to the team. Underwater Killer with 1288 damage. How about that for a little welcoming party, right? Lovely. Got some gold, got some experience, got some knowledge. And more experience. You bet. Alright, so on to the General yet again. Let's go. Alright, Dragon Warrior again. Marine Commander again. Let's see. So I've got, what, one Marine Commander sitting on the bench. I think this does tier the Dragon Warrior up. So let's definitely do that. Marine Commander, you bet. And I think I'm good with this. Alright, Underwater Killer. Let's see. So I've got some good items here. Dragon Warrior. He is tier 2. So let's pull the Thunder Sword off you, throw it on the Dragon Warrior here, and he's hitting for 200. And he does Death Call. Nearby enemies take magic damage, based on their max health. And then he also gets a shield. Alright, so we have an assassin here, here, and here. And then a pretty high DPS backline, it appears. Led by a Lich. So I think we can employ similar tactics here. It worked pretty good last time. So let's shore up the backline. Let's get the assassin probably on the Lich, I would think. Let's do something like that. And let's go ahead and... I mean, this guy's fast. Let's have him mad dash in there. Something like this. Just converge on the Lich. Let's go. Alright, so Dragon Warrior, how we doing? Dragon Warrior is just hammering away. Even though he's not a sea creature, he's still a pretty impressive unit, I must admit. It's just an added bonus that he synergizes with our team. Mostly, that is. Alright, we locked that one in. Not a problem at all. And what do we have? Book of Support 3. We've got Miraculous Equipment 3. That's a Category 5 item. Get a 2-star rank 4 units, 3 books of support, and 6 gold. Let's go with the Cat 5 item. It's just too tempting. I have to. And on to the final map here, where we will, of course, meet the General at the end. So let's see. We got a unit card. We got gold. I think gold is definitely the way to go. So let's hit up the gold. And what do we have? Got some elementals. Sword of Annihilation. Enemies within 1 field range have their armor decreased by 40%. Additional auras from this item do not stack. Okay, so. Massively decreasing armor. Let's find a recipient for this. I mean, it kind of feels like maybe the assassin. Right? So he can just assassinate his target even quicker. I think that's quite nice. I mean, even though units are weaker, like the backline units are weaker, they do still have armor, right? So I think that's probably a pretty good one. And, you know, of course, he's one of our more elite heroes, being epic and purple. So let's do that. I can get experience here. Otherwise, we can just let experience do its thing and we can level up next turn just naturally. So let's refresh. Let's see if we have anything. Sagittarius of Death. So he is a Legionnaire as well. Wow. Another Dragon Warrior. Master of War. Of course, we've been looking at him just a little bit. Kicking the tires, right? But the Sagittarius of Death. Piercing arrows. Bonus attack speed. Wow. I mean, I'm going to have an open slot, right? We've already got the Dragon Warrior. I think he's a Legionnaire. He's an archer. Gets us a little more synergy with our existing archer. I think it makes sense to do. So let's add him. Let's sell our Skeletal Warrior. I'm okay with that. And then I think what we do next is probably purchase this Dragon Warrior here. Of course, I don't want to fill up the bench too much, but I could. So I could lock this. I could buy this experience. We could get our reward, newly reforged. You get 3 reforgers and 12 gold. Okay, so that's 12 more gold. That's quite nice. So I can actually purchase the Dragon Warrior now. So no need to lock this up. Let's purchase them. Let's refresh. Stealthy Elemental of the Forest, Furious Reviver, and again, the Master of War. I think I'll dump that in the old experience tank. And we have these reforgers. So what these will do is they're going to swap the unit's item into another one, but increase the rank by 1. Can't be used on items with the rank higher than 3 and disintegrates after use. So this is a good opportunity to get our lower tier items up a tier or 2. So this. Let's do that. So what do we have? Burning Lantern. Abilities that deal magic or true damage set enemies on fire for 4 seconds. 6% of their max health is true damage for 4 seconds. Burning units have their healing lowered by 50%. So this guy, I think he's actually a good recipient of that particular item there. So this is tier 5. This is tier 1. So let's get that upgraded. Necklace of Protection. Full immunity to damage for 1.5 seconds. So ideal for a frontline soldier. How about you? Let's throw that on you. And this axe, we get the Champion's Quiver. At the beginning of battle, this item's owner and the unit in the same row, 30% attack speed for the duration of the battle. The duration of the battle. Really? Units in the same row in 1 field range gain 30% attack speed. I think I love that for you. And then for this, I think this can go on you. Actually, let's throw this on you instead. You're a better unit overall. Okay, so we have the Sagittarius of Death on the field. So we have Archer Synergy now, which gives bonus attack damage for archers. And then the Legionnaire, which is a 30% attack speed increase. 15% lifesteal. I mean, it's crazy, right? Seems very, very strong. We got a very hardy front line here, so I think let's make sure we surround this guy here with some of these units so they can get that attack speed up, right? The recipient of said quiver. So let's just stack their guys up versus ours and see what shakes out. I think it's the best strategy to go with here. And they have Lancer and Sea Creature synergy as well. Not too worried about that. We actually have Renewers as well. 4% health or mana. That's pretty cool. Let's go. Boom. All right, Assassin getting in there. So how we feeling? Are we realizing that attack speed increase? Where's my Sagittarius of Death? Did he fall? He might have fallen. We got this guy here, and appears like he's attacking much faster with that Legionnaire synergy. And I think the Sagittarius of Death did indeed fall. But that's okay. Didn't need him too much anyways. All right, 16 gold here. So this is going to be real nice. Going to help us max out our level. We have an elite fight for gold or a unit card. Let's definitely go with the gold. And what do we have? Another underwater killer. Another Sagittarius of Death. Master of the Spear as well. Another undead spearman. And then we have Lord of the Deep as well. Okay. So this guy's a mage. Also a sea creature. Growing Destruction. Champion summons a zone of destruction that deals magic damage to enemies. With each use, the zone gets bigger and bigger. Sounds compelling. Absolutely. Okay, so we have some choices to make for sure. I mean, I've got some bench space that we have to figure out as well. So if I add Lord of the Deep, doesn't do too much. He sits on the bench or maybe gets into the fight. Underwater Killer. I mean, we definitely want him. So I'm going to purchase him. Sagittarius of Death. I mean, I really like the idea of him as well. Is everybody 2-star? Not you, not you. Looks like everybody else is 2-star. So do I maybe sell the Dragon Warrior? I mean, it's going to be really tough for me to get the Dragon Warrior to tier 3, right? It just will. The Fish Shaman. I mean, he seems underwhelming, but he is a mage and is going to synergize rather well. I think I can move off of the Fish Shaman. I'm just uninspired by the unit. And in doing so, we can go with the Lord of the Deep and the Sagittarius of Death. Alright, so let's refresh once. Master of the Spear, Rat Shooter. Let's refresh one more time. Underwater Killer, Lord of the Deep again. Okay, another Underwater Killer. Let's do that. Alright, tier 2, welcome. And Lord of the Deep. We'll certainly be purchasing the Lord of the Deep here. Almost got the tier up as well. Alright, looking good. Looking quite nice. Okay, so we'll get this guy in as soon as we can. Once we level up again, essentially. But we have a tier 2 assassin now, 190 attack damage. That's quite nice. And who's this guy here? The Diabolical Archer. Okay, so he's going to be the target of our assassin. And of course, they have a bunch of assassins coming as well. So let's make sure our archer units remain safe. This guy's a melee unit through and through, so let's go ahead and get the Dragon Warrior on you. Let's see, another assassin coming through here. Dragon Warrior, Marine Commander. Take you out, and then the Master of War out. Got a lot of archer support as well. So let's do something like this. Feeling good about this. Let's go. And they've got Beast Synergy. 100% bonus damage if health drops below 50%. Okay, so gotta kill him quickly. We got some serious damage being done on the back line here, and this fellow right here, the Scaly Spearman, actually almost perished, but managed to hang on and let our units swallow them all up, and the Underwater Killer there with 2,400 damage. You gotta love a really strong assassin. It's quite nice. It's quite enjoyable. Alright, extra gold, you bet. 16 gold. We'll take that in the bank. Maybe we can get all the way up to the final level. Iron Warrior, who have access to the best units. Wandering Merchant for new items. I don't think I've ever gone through the Iron Warrior, so let's check it out. Alright, cool looking guy there. Choose one. You get an item of category 3. Requires shop level 5. Category 4. Category 5. I believe we have shop level 9. Yeah, okay, so a free Cat 5 item? Really? Yeah, we'll certainly take that. More gold or more experience? I'm going to go with gold, because we certainly want to focus on leveling up our units. And to do so, of course, we have to purchase them. So Marine Commander. Boom, okay, got another 2-star. That's good. That frees up a little bit of bench space. But again, you know, we have to get another 2-star just to tier him up to rank 3. So it is kind of a tall task. And let's see. Okay, so we still can't add to the field. We have 30 gold. So we could do... I could just purchase the level up, and we could get the Lord of the Deep on the field. Let's do it. Maxed out. You bet. Why not? And let's get the Lord of the Deep on the field. And what do we have here? Another Sword of Annihilation. Okay. Let's get that on a frontline unit so we have that effect. Let's see. Dragon Warrior. Let's throw that on you. Let's go ahead and get the Thunder Sword on a tier 2 unit. think our Scaly Spearman is a good recipient. Either that or we could throw it on our Archer. Yeah, let's throw it on the Archer. 175 damage. Alright, so we got a very bolstered front line here. And one Archer in the back. Obviously, the Assassin's goal is pretty clear. That guy's a 3-star, though. So for the rest of you, let's just line it up, right? Let's line it up. Let's give you very strong backline support, kind of all around. And let's go. Alright, so he's getting stabbed in the back. And our guys are just duking it out on the front lines here. It looks like we did have a casualty up in the north. The Sagittarius of Death falls. But our DPS is simply too much for these guys. And what do you know? Underwater Killer is the champ again. Lord of the Deep, though. 2,235 damage. My goodness. I wasn't expecting him to come in and make an impact so quickly at 1 star, right? More gold. More gold is great. Now we have an item or another item. So elite battle or reinforced battle. Let's go with the elite battle. I do believe that it probably gives us a higher tier item. Lord of the Deep here. Yeah, you bet. We'll grab this. Boom. Tier up. And I'm kind of just holding out for a Sagittarius of Death. I think we have plenty of cash to re-roll now. Of course, we don't have to dump into the experience bar anymore. So let's go ahead and continue to refresh until we find something nice. Like the Sagittarius of Death. How about this? Okay, so tier up. Marine Commander, you bet. We'll kind of purchase him and maybe we can get him up to tier 3. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, we'll find out. Of course, if the game keeps hooking us up with the Marine Commander, we'll get there sooner rather than later for sure. But we'll find out. RNG, right? Never know what you're going to get. Another Dragon Warrior, though. Don't mind if I do. We'll take him. And let's get them in order properly. And I think I'm good with that. Alright, so what do we have? Got a Master of War and then a whole bunch of glass cannons on the back line. An Assassin is here, though. So let's make sure we take care of this guy. I think our Scaly Spearman... No, never mind. That's Lord of the Sea. He's up for the task. Scaly Spearman, let's see, 115. Lord of the Sea. He's just more impressive, so let's go ahead and give him this Kerbosh. Let's actually do this. Scaly Spearman, you have one job, and that's to take this guy out, alright? The rest of you, kind of form a line, and let's go. Of course, if we had more Assassins, this would be somewhat of a breeze, but we're going to do our best with what we have. I think that's about good. Let's go. Alright, the Assassin comes in. And they're duking it out here. Looks like he gets some ranged help. Quite nice. Dragon Warrior does fall. In fact, Dragon Warrior kind of got melted. Underwater Killer, though. My goodness, somebody slow this guy down. He's a monster out there. Another chapter complete. Right, so what do we have? Okay, so a tier 4 item, we have the Bow of Fury. Every attack, this item's owner increases attack speed by 5% until the end of the battle. The attack speed can stack 15 times. Wow. Okay. Demonic Axe. Plus 100 attack? Are you kidding me? Cursed Dagger. This item's owner gains 0.75% bonus to attack speed for every 1% of missing health. Wow. I gotta take the Demonic Axe. Plus 100 attack damage. Absolutely insane. Alright, Healing Druid or Iron Warrior. Yeah. Last time we got an item. Let's see what we get this time. We get another Category 5 item. Don't mind if I do, pal. Absolutely. This game is just hooking us up right before the boss fight. Looks like we have a unit card. I mean, that's our option. We don't need experience, so let's go with the unit card. Elite Fights, of course. Sagittarius of Death. Another Fish Shaman here that, of course, we moved off of for the sake of bench space. But let's give a look here. So, Tier 4 Demonic Axe. Plus 100 attack damage. I'm dumbfounded. So who wants that? This guy? The Underwater Killer? I mean, I think I like what he's doing, shredding defense. How about, let's give it to the Dragon Warrior. Now he's got 250 attack. Not bad at all. And for the Sword of Annihilation, of which we have 2 more, which is kind of crazy. Let's see here. So how about you get one? And then our Sagittarius of Death. I was thinking about him. Let's do it with our Lord of the Deep. Let's give you the Necklace of Protection. Make you stay nice and protected, of course. Sagittarius of Death. I don't think there's any conceivable way we get him up to tier 3. Just don't have enough. Scaly Spearman, though. I've got one waiting here for me. Underwater Killer. I mean, it's a possibility, I suppose. Let's go with the Underwater Killer. I think Scaly Spearman is okay. Not very impactful anyways. Underwater Killer. So, given that we're not in on the Scaly Spearman, at least trying to get him to 3 stars. Whoops. I made the wrong purchase there. I meant to purchase the Underwater Killer. See if maybe we can stack a few of these guys. Lord of the Sea. Okay, so we do have a 2-star. Another Dragon Warrior too. Man, this game just needs more bench space for sure. But I suppose it is part of the challenge, right? Assembling your team. Got a 2-star waiting in the wings of the Dragon Warrior here. And I mean, frankly, we're closest on the Marine Commander. That's the one we're closest on. Another Underwater Killer, so let's go ahead and lock this up. Who knows what the next turn will bring. Now, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a very hardy and stout front line with literally no ranged attackers. So this is going to be a fist fight, indeed. Let's move all these guys down. Let's have you assassinate you. Let's go. Feeling really good about my team. I mean, we got some pretty amazing items in this one. However, it's a virtual tie. I mean, it really is. And they're on our back line. That's not good. Yeah, we got a virtual tie going on here. Our back line has been penetrated. It's a close fight. It's a close fight, but as the battle wears on, we get more and more resistance build up. And of course, our special skills proc off. And we have some really strong units with some really strong special skills. Spells victory there in that Elite Fights, Chapter 23. Let's collect a new unit that we probably don't have room for. And on to the General. So here we go. Let's see what this guy's all about. Alright, so we got the Rat Shooter. So he is a 3-star, of course. 195 damage. He's an archer. He's also got, was that like protection? I mean, the only redeeming thing about him is he's an archer. I like the Sagittarius of Death because he's a Legionnaire, right? But a 3-star though, right? I think this team has gotten us this far and I'm not about to abandon them. Let's get a quick scout on the Lord of Demons. So he's got Silencer. Champion teleports to the farthest enemy. As soon as they teleport, they deal physical damage to nearby enemies, silencing them as well. Okay, so this guy's going to be zipping around the map, which means we should probably focus on his units first, right? We definitely should focus on the units first. All right, Underwater Killer, yeah. Let's get him. Let's see if we can find one of these Marine Commanders. All right, come on, Marine Commander. Underwater Killer, we'll take ya. Marine Commander, where you at? Another Underwater Killer. Wow. Sagittarius of Death. Underwater Killer, another one. Okay, so we got a tier 3 Underwater Killer here, my friends. This is exciting stuff. Hitting for 290. Melting armor. Okay, yeah, so this guy just became our bona fide superstar champion. That is going to get the demonic axe, for sure. So let's give this to you, Dragon Warrior. This to you. He's hitting for 390 now. Okay, so this is going to be a whole lot of fun. Let's sell the Rat Shooter. Give me a little more gold to work with. Maybe we can get, you know, Marine Commander. Like, he's right there. He's close. We just got to get a few more of them. Stealthy Lich. Dragon Warrior. I mean, I guess. Sagittarius of Death, man. Lord of the Deep. We'll take him. One more roll here. A whole bunch of nothing. Maybe we can roll one more time and sell a few units if we need to. Another Dragon Warrior. Okay, we can sell the Lord of the Deep for the Dragon Warrior. I mean, I'm so close on the Dragon Warrior. Lord of the Sea, I think we can sell him for gold so we can get another refresh. Master of War. How about a Dragon Warrior? Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. Tier 3 Dragon Warrior now. And unfortunately, I was not able to find yet another Marine Commander. That's quite unfortunate. But we're all out of cash, and we'd have to, of course, sell the Marine Commander to make more cash. So, this is what we're stuck with. This is what we're going with. A Tier 3 Dragon Warrior and a Tier 3 Underwater Killer. Both epic units. You love to see it. So let's go ahead and let's figure this out. So, a bunch of assassins on the front line. And then this guy's going to be zipping around. So he's going to be hard to pin down, of course. But, of course, we need our assassin right here. Actually, let's have him take out the Bone Shaman first. He's Tier 3. And then for this, I mean, we're going to have to just backload our line. With all of these assassins coming over. Which, of course, means that we're going to have to... Gonna have to do something like this. Is what it feels like. I mean, this guy's gonna come. Hopefully the archers can take him out. I think I'm okay with this. So let's go. Boom. Alright. Lord of the Demons. He comes on in. I thought he was gonna teleport. Okay, so our assassin is just doing amazing damage. Look at this. 8,000 damage for our underwater killer. Absolutely insane. And the Lord of Demons stands... Not a chance. Not a chance at all. Absolutely melted. And we actually managed to 100% this run. Amazing. Sea creatures. Super, super strong. Super fun to use as well. I do like the variety of characters that they have. And then you kind of saw how we put it together there, right? Just add in a few pieces here and there to better round out your synergies. And you can do good things in that fashion. So story completed. Got through Chapter 24, gained 1,380 knowledge. And that is, of course, currency for the metagame. So 1,470 knowledge we're sitting on here. Of course, we got the author's badge in that we completed it with 100% focus remaining. So let's go ahead and let's take a peek at some items. So some of these Tier 5 items. Bow of Nature. I think I want to get some of these unlocked with our metagame currency. Dragon's Cane. Just an all-around stat increase. I mean, that sounds incredible. 120 ability damage, Dagger of Mana. Generates an additional 15 mana points with each hit. Wow. That sounds pretty good. Let's get that. Should I get one of these power cards here? I think so. So 450, alright. So you recover 18 focus. 3 reforgers and 12 gold. You get 5 units with the rank 4. Wow. 17 free unit shop refreshes. Or 5 free shop refreshes after each chapter. Interesting. I mean, this one seems pretty good. Like, you could get something real good with this if you're lucky. Otherwise, I'd be looking at another item. Like a Tier 4 item. Let's go with the Tier 4 item. That's, of course, where the Demonic Axe is. Plus 100. Sword of Perfection. I mean, this is just pretty broad stat increases. Stacking effects. Berserker Axe. Giant bonus to health. 1,500 health. What? Yeah, okay, we're getting that. Tier 4 items seem pretty wacky and crazy indeed. So this has been Storybook of Tactics. Sure hope you enjoyed. If you did and you want to get a copy of the game for yourself, link in the video description below. Smash that like button as well if you want to keep seeing this game here on the channel. Be happy to play some more. If you're new here and enjoying the content, then please consider becoming a subscriber as well. Join a growing community. Join a channel that releases daily, hopefully content that you enjoy. And furthermore, if you want to get a little more connected with the community, say you're really enjoying your time here and you want to get a little more connected, well, we do have an open forum Discord that you can join. Come on in, say hi, meet some awesome people, and stay a little bit more connected with the channel. Would greatly appreciate having you there as well, my friends. So with all of that said, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks again so much for spending some time here today. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.